All right, guys. We are talking with world champion Cory Robison right after an armbar submission victory to win the world championship over Mike McCauley. Cory, how do you feel?
Very, very happy, very relieved, and a little dizzy.
So, absolutely, a lot of emotions going through this week. Game planning. The first round of the fight, obviously, you were on top the entire time, but didn't get the submission that you wanted. Second round, the armbar came. Tell me about the game plan and how did it work?
Okay, the game plan was, put hands in his face on the feet. I'm really liking my boxing now, but being a world champion in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, it would be stupid to just abandon my ground game. Obviously, that was my strength over all the people here in Scotland. Anyway, first round, so what I tried to do, try to pump my jab out a little bit. I went for the takedown earlier than I expected, just because he was there. That was a small ring, too, so he was closer. I went for the takedown a little bit earlier. Then the first round, I really didn't want to be in his guard. I was in his guard the whole time, first round. But part of it was, there's a couple of things. He had a good guard, good posture control. Also, at the beginning of the round, I took him down in his corner. I picked him up. I walked him all the way across. And we're not allowed to slam, so I had to let him down slowly. When I stood up, again, he rode me. So my legs, actually, by the end of the first round, they were cramping on me a little bit from just deadlifting over and over. It was stupid. And the last thing was, I was in his guard. I hit him with a couple hard shots. When I hit him, I saw his face. I saw his eyes turn a little bit. So I kind of got that a little bit wrestler mentality, like, I'm going to ground and pound him out. But he had a good defensive guard. I think he was trying to get a stand-up, so it was hard to put damage on him. Second round was more the same. Second round, again, I'm happy with the submission. I'm not happy with. I wanted to put more damage on him standing up, but it is what it is. He's a Muay Thai kickboxer. I'm wrestling jiu-jitsu base, so for me to beat him at his base and his strength would be difficult, so I can't be too mad. But anyway, not to rant, second round, got the takedown off that one. He actually went for a guillotine that was more of a neck crank. Hurt a little bit, but more just made it awkward to pass. Once I did pass, held on to the guillotine. I chilled for a second, just making sure I don't get stuck into the guard or anything. He actually elbow escaped better than I thought he would. But from there, I knew if he keeps that, all I got to do once I get my head out, the Kimura is available. And I wasn't feeling the Kimura at the time, so I always spin around for the armbar. The armbar, he surprised me, actually. I went to finish it. When I did from the first round, deadlift, my legs cramped. When I went to finish the armbar, squeezing my knees and hipping up, I went a little bit too explosive. And when I did, my legs cramped. So I kind of actually had to rest for a second in the armbar, let my legs stop cramping, and then try to finish it. He's got a double-jointed arm. I mean, I had his arm all the way hyperextended to the point where I was pushing it down past my hip. He was grunting, but he wouldn't tap. Then he tried to turn into me. When he did, the second it happened in my head, I was like, yes, I know that once I get the angle when they're flat is one thing. When they turn right here, I can break it off. It doesn't matter if you can bend your arm backwards. And once I got the angle turned, that's when I really tightened it up, and that's when I blasted it. I got a good scream from him. The ref had to. It was good. He didn't have like a little. I don't know. When I'm going for submission, I like it if the guy screams. That's the point. So.
Well, is there anybody that you want to thank?
I want to thank all my family and friends first. Everybody that supports me. Everybody that's back home. Everybody that helped me get ready for this fight, whether you helped me design my shirt, Randy, anything like that, all my sponsors. I'm very lucky to have the people that put the money up forward for me to come to Scotland. I appreciate that, number one, because if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be sitting here doing an interview. I'd be back home wishing I was here. I want to thank all my coaches, my trainers. You guys know who you are. There's a lot of people that put me together. There's lots of different pieces. Just really quick, Ray Casillas, head MMA coach. Sean Hammonds, head jiu-jitsu coach. The other people everybody's put things into me. Brent Harvey from Push Boxing, that's my boxing coach. Ed Clay, another MMA coach. training since I was 17 with Ed, Ray, and Sean. Lance Patrick, that's also one of my Thai boxing instructors. And Jim Casey, wrestling coach. Sorry I keep going off on a rant, but there's more people too. If you've ever rolled with me, you've ever boxed with me, I thank you because you helped me prepare for this. Special one training partner I have to thank is Possum. Thank you. Possum drove like an hour and a half every single week just to train with me for this fight for the last 4 or 5 weeks. So him driving an hour and a half 2 ways, but that's 3 hours total just to give me a good training partner. I really appreciate that.
Good. Well, tell everybody we'll see them when we get home.
Yeah, see you guys when we get home. Halloween, we're going to party. And I didn't get a black eye. I wanted a black eye so I could come home and be a fighter for Christmas. So I got to think of something. Maybe I'll get some teeth and be a vampire or something. But anyway, love all you guys. Tonight is going to be fun. And then Sunday I get home. And, thanks to my little rhinos, too. You guys cheer me up.